drum roll, and we are officially back online. Hey, Stefan, how are you doing?
Hey, Massimo, fine and you?
I'm very excited for the second season and also for the summertime and summer holidays that are coming.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so all right, so we are back with our APIM Hotrod show here on YouTube, and we are ready to just give to you a little details about the season 2. What will be the season 2 about? So if you want to follow up our adventures, here we have our website, apim.hotrod, sorry, apimhotrod.cloud, where you can see what we did last year. Now we are ready for the season 2. Last year we went through a journey around all the details of API management. So we recorded 20 episodes. We celebrate 10 years of Azure API management. We use the map of Stefan's to drive our journey of through the Azure API management service and all the capabilities and the details. And and then we are ready for the season 2. Season 2, Stefan, what is this season 2 about? What will be this year?
Yeah, I think it's going to be very interesting. So actually, season 1 was indeed mostly about API management in all subdomains of API management and where we can use it. Season 2 will be more, let's say, will be a broader scope. So I think we're going to, let's say, follow a bit the same principles that the principles we followed with the season 1, meaning maps, let's say, to guide us through the landscape of Azure. But in this case, it's really more the broader Azure landscape, right? And so it's a bit inspired from the map book that I wrote like 4 years ago, or maybe even 5 now. Time flies. But basically, yeah, that's the one. So, yeah, don't go by it today, right, guys? Because anyway, well, it's still not bad, but okay, it's a bit old, of course, 4 or 5 years old. But let's say the principles remain interesting. So basically, the goal is to first see, take the hat of different architects, right? So for instance, first, define what are architects, what are the different types of architects, what is expected from a certain type of architect. So solution architect has, of course, different work than the security architect. And then maybe just go, let's say, to the journey of each of those architects. So solution architecture is like kind of broad, kind of end-to-end helicopter view of Azure. And then we could have an episode on this, an episode then more on the verticals, so on infrastructure, on application, on, let's say, security, on data, on AI. That is actually quite a vast landscape as well. And the idea is to basically browse all these different verticals, have a first, let's say, broader view and then verticals, and then have guests, let's say, with us to discuss about those different architecture disciplines, basically.
Okay, so let me recap if I get it properly. So we call it the Azure Architect Road Trip.
Yeah.
And this road trip will go through some verticals, so some stop where we will talk about solution architecture, and we will use your maps to explore that island or that stop. Then we will move to other areas like networking, containers in general, AKS. We will see security, AI, which is huge these days in the last years, application architecture, and so on. So in all of these island, all of these stops, we will have guests, and we will discuss about that specific area, inspired by your map, inspired by the our experience, but especially the experiences of our guests. And what we will see, guess what? Throughout all of these steps, our dear friend Azure API Management will come again and again and again. So at the end of the day, we are still in love with this old service, right?
Indeed. We try to always make a connection to that service, because anyway, it plays a role in each of the disciplines. So even in AI. So I think it's interesting to always bridge to APIM as well. But of course, the focus will not be APIM only anymore. So that's a bit the menu for this season.
Wonderful. So we will try to have a sort of bi-weekly call or something like this. We still have to finalize all our calendars. So we already have a certain amount of guests that are happy to help us in this with this journey, which is wonderful. Thank you, everyone. And also coming up the summer season, we will see if we will do 1 or 2 episodes, and then we will come back to September. But yes, we will put on our calendar on the website. So if you are interested, you know where to find this information. Anyway, we just you can subscribe on YouTube, and you will get the notification when something new is published.
Yeah, subscribe, folks.
Yes.
That's
so
good.
that's it. For the season 2. So please just check out the website, check out YouTube. Soon you will get the notification of the episode 2 of the season 2.
Indeed. So I guess, Massimo, that's already the end of this introduction, right?
Definitely, yes. So see you next time for the first episode that will be about
different types of architects. Yeah, so that's still high level, right? And then we really start to dive more into more technical.
Yes, into the solution architecture that is one of my passions.
Yeah. That's actually but we'll talk about this. Otherwise, we start the episode now, so I should.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, good.
Okay, Stefan. Thank you, everyone, and see you soon on the season 2.
See you guys. See you, Massimo. Cheers.